Okay, we're going to be continuing practice with unit conversions and significant figures and scientific notation in this little ed puzzle here, this little video here. So in this first problem here, we're looking at number 1 here. So we're looking down at number 1. How many sig figs do you see right here? Well, the correct answer would be 4 sig figs. And then tell me, what type of zero is that to make it significant? What type of zero? The correct answer would be A. It's a trapped zero. So now that we know there's 4 sig figs, we know the type of zero, what I want you to do is go through and solve this unit conversion now. And when you go through and solve this unit conversion, what you get is you start with what you know. And we know we have 44.05 millimeters, and we're going to put it over 1. When we go up here and we look at our conversion factors, you could do this one of 2 ways. You could do this in a 2-step or 1-step. I'm going to do it in a let's do it in a 2-step just to show you. So right here, we have millimeters in the numerator. We know we need millimeters in the denominator. You could turn millimeters into centimeters, where 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. And then 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. That equals 44.05 divided by 10 times 100, which equals 0.04405. Or you could have done this where you went through and did 44.05 millimeters over 1, and done it in 1 step where we have 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter equals 44.05 divided by 1,000, and that's still going to give you 0.0405. Whoops, sorry, yell at Mr. Krupa here. This should be meters. So now what I want you to do is turn this into scientific notation. Write that number in scientific notation. When you write it in scientific notation, what you're going to get is 4.405 times 10 to the 2 meters. 4.405 times 10 to the -2 meters. So let's move on to number 2 here. Let's go on to number 2. For number 2, go through and solve it now. Please go through and solve number 2 now. Okay, when we go through and solve number 2, what you do is start with what you know. We know we have 0.87 years. We're going to put it over 1. So then we're going to go through 1 year equals 365 days, and then 1 day equals 24 hours equals 0.87 times 365 times 24 all over 1. That's going to come out to equaling 7,621.20 hours. So this is what we're going to get. Now the problem is the number of sig figs we need. So we need to write this in the proper number of sig figs, because you have originally over here, you have 2 sig figs. So you got 2 sig figs. So you can only have 2 in the final answer. So that means you're going to have to write this answer in scientific notation. So please at this time write that answer in correct scientific notation with the correct number of sig figs. And what you end up getting is 7.6 times 10, 1, 2, 3, times 10 to the 3rd hours. It gives you the same number of sig figs, and we have it in scientific notation. The final part of this practice here is just writing these different numbers in scientific notation. At this time, please write A in scientific notation. This will come out to 6.93 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4, because remember we went to the right. Negative 4 kilometers. Write B in scientific notation. B would come out to 5.659, because we got to keep all of the significant figures, times 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 10 to the 5th seconds. Even though it looks easy, still write C in scientific notation. Excuse the bell. That's going to come out to 4.87 times 10 to the 2nd meters, because we went 1, 2, moved it 2 places. And the final one, 2,000 milliliters is scientific notation. This one's actually going to come out to be 2 times 10 to the 3rd milliliters. Because remember, if we do 2.0, that's 2 sig figs, but we only have 1 here. So you can't do 2.0. You've got to leave it as 2 so you have the proper number of sig figs. Again, that's just a little bit of continued practice with scientific notation. Hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Have a good day, everybody.